You understand?
Yes.
So there must be provision before enforcement. So this issue of mobile Kappa, we visited 2 locations here, and the government is interested. So we are going to put all the necessary logistics in place to make it a reality. That is number one. On the issue of waste to wet, waste to this, so we have received so many proposals, but the proposal presented to us by Hamburg Consult seems to be more attractive and doable, and which is going to add chili and pepper to what we are doing in Oyo State. So it's going to provide 3 benefits for our people. Number one, revenue generation for the people of Oyo State, full employment, and as well, it's going to enhance a cleaner, healthier, and safer environment, which we are agitating for.
That's very, very interesting, and especially because of, I believe that it is all going in one direction, the direction of having a sustainable economy for the state of Oyo. Sustainable in the sense that Oyo will be able to stand on its own economic-wise, especially since you made reference to what you received from the federal post.
Yes, I quite agree with you, gentlemen. And if you look at it critically in the southwest today, Lagos State is congested.
Yes.
Ogun State is choked up. The main target for would-be foreign investors is Oyo State. The population is huge, the market is huge, and the, politically is stable. So there is a relative peace in Oyo State. So if foreign investors are coming from Europe, from America, I think Oyo State it should be the target for them. So owing to the fact that our situation is that of a pesetter state, and we must be seeing leading reforms, not telling along behind. And it was not a mistake equally to have christened Oyo State a pesetter state. Okay. So if they want to come and invest in the southwest, I think Oyo State should be their first port of call.
Okay. So essentially you're saying that apart from the need, the absolute need to make the economy of Oyo State sustainable, yes, is also a window to open up to foreign investment.
Of course.
Based on the choke up in Lagos, and then the effect of the residue of this choke up from Lagos on Ogun.
Of course.
And Oyo being now the
most attractive location for them now.
What is it about the state of Oyo, apart from your able work, being conscious of the environment, issues of environmental emission, I mean carbon dioxide and the rest of them? Is there any policy of the state on controlling things like that?
As a matter of fact, on the issue of environmental degradation, exactly. You understand, when we came on board, we inherited a serious environmental abattoir. The city was dirty. And according to UNDP report of 2001, which tagged the city as one of the dirtiest in Africa. So when the administration came on board, we have taken the bull by the horns in order to challenge the miasma, which has characterized the city as one of the dirtiest. But today, because of the efforts being made by the present move of government under October Christopher Lawakala, man of purpose, because the purpose of life is to have a life of purpose. If you go to Ibadan now, the city is a lot better than we met it. So there is a legislation put in place. You know, human beings being what we are not amenable to change. The only language we understand is language of force and legislation. If things are right on the part of government, according to theory of constraint. And what we have done as government to enhance a sustainable environment for the benefit of our people, based on what we have just mentioned now, we had procured 20 roll-on, roll-off trucks to complement the efforts of the Solid Waste Management Authority. Just of reason, we spent about 698 million naira to buy world-class refuse compactor imported from Tampa in Florida. We have not rolled them out because we wanted to put them under a management consultant. And a situation whereby we now have private refuse contractors being managed by private consultants. Then, and based on zoning arrangement we have put in place, we have divided them into 6 zones, which is a kind of a method and style being used in Europe, most especially in England, where I come from. So that is going to enhance a better environment and the kind of environment we have been agitating for. That is ongoing. Not only that, just of recent, the government just approved this sum of 398 million to procure towing vehicles. Because if you go to the city now, there are a lot of traffic jams here and there. So by the time we take delivery of that, it's going to actually unpepper to our environmental evangelism. So what do I mean by evangelism? It's simple. Because the situation we met on ground was bad, but the situation has improved a lot. So the city is a lot better than meant it. And that is why the Ministry of Environment, under my supervision, has christened the activities of this government under October Christopher Alakala as environmental alkalism. It is a concept, it is a theory, and it's a philosophy that must be followed, and it will outlive the administration of October Christopher Alakala come 2011, even beyond. So, and what do I mean by environmental alkalism? You will recall that, I'm sorry for this digression, you will recall that when Margaret Thatcher came on board as Prime Minister, Britain, London City was dirty. And the first thing to do was to clean up the city, because a clean city is a just city. No investor will come to a city that is very dirty. So Margaret Thatcher may have left British political scene, but the ghost of Thatcherism is haunting any government. So in Nigeria as well, we've heard about Taoism as well. The emphasis was laid on environmental sanitation, development, and protection. So what we are equally doing in Oyo State of today under October Christopher Alakala is now being christened as environmental alkalism as well, which I said it has become a policy for all of us to obey and to follow.
Yeah, another question will be, or probably this will not be directly under your supervision, because from every indication, environmental alkalism, like you mentioned, yes, is something that has a drive to give the state Oyo a better outlook, yes, which a facelift, sustainable facelift, and this plan is well and good. But my question is, does the government of His Excellency Alakala, yeah, does it also include giving also a facelift to the life of the citizens of Oyo State? Because if you have a wonderful environment that is not complementing a wonderful life,
no, let me tell you one thing. Environmental, sustainable environment is just one of the 13-point agenda of this administration. Mm-hmm. Other sectors, in terms of transportation, is ongoing. Okay. Roads network, education, social services, full employment, social security. Mention it. We have touched on everything in Oyo State. Although we are still in search of balance, because we recognize that the failure and success of any administration will always be on the pages of history. And there's no way we can exonerate ourselves from finding of history if things are not done accordingly. I think this administration of October Christopher Alakala has done a lot to justify its continuation in office. And that is why we are clamoring for continuity, because it will be utterly backward and a self-defeating act if we don't allow continuity. Good governance requires 4 things. It requires experience, it requires right judgment, it requires boldness and good leadership style. And fortunately for us in Oyo State, he has been supplying them. So that is why he is the main man that can take us to the promised land, because our past in Oyo State has been blemished and chaotic. And we will take him hold him responsible for any failure. So we have touched every nooks and crannies of Oyo State. There's no way you go to the grassroots, you will see Akala's hands there. If you go to anywhere in Oyo State, we have covered so many things, and we need to sustain it. To sustain it now, the man has to continue in office. 4 years is not enough. It's not enough. We need at least the minimum of 8 years to get to leave a kind of legacy that can stand the test of time.
Yes, let me chip in. Basically, yes, you've been to Germany. You're in Germany now. What exactly are you looking at before you can say, yes, I think Hamburg and Hamburg Consulting?
Yes, I've just mentioned it earlier on. I mentioned about waste to weight. We have visited some locations. The last time I was here, I went to a city called, I can't remember the name of that city. Yes, about 400 miles away from here.
Okay.
Yes, we went there. And then we visited their plant, how they manage their waste, because there is a need for us to effectively manage our waste. So, although we're a basic state, but there's nothing wrong in copying from good things from Germany here. You understand? It's very important. We have to build on that. That is ongoing. Not only that, we are talking about this issue of grants. And you know, Germany is a socialist country. So we wanted to prove to them that what we came for, or we come for, is for the benefit of our people. You understand? Then the issue of car park is very important to us, because the city of Ibadan is not planned. We need Ibadan Phase 2, and as government we haven't got the capacity to build Ibadan Phase 2. We just have to manage what is on ground. The situation we cannot change yesterday. We cannot find the future because we don't know what the future holds, because the future will always remain indefinite. And what we have now is the present situation we must handle cleverly and work harder for the future.
It's about like, what do you expect the government
what we wanted the government of the Hamburg City government to do, we are trying to open up a bilateral relationship, business relationship, mutually business beneficial relationship. That's what we are looking for. Although there are other private companies, private individuals who have approached us in Oyo State, but nothing is forthcoming. But if there's a bilateral relationship, in terms of business relationship between Oyo State government and Hamburg City government, it will go a long way. And it will assist both of us. They are looking for a market for their product internationally, and we are looking for investors to come and invest in our state as well, because it will guarantee us three things, like I mentioned earlier on. It will guarantee full employment, it will increase our revenue as well, and then a better environment for the people of Oyo State. So that's what we are looking for, a bilateral business relationship between Oyo State government and Hamburg City government.
So from experience so far, the issue has always been that the Nigerian government, especially Nigerian government officials, they've always failing in their part of the memorandum of understanding of agreement. And it's a major complaint here in Germany. How are we sure that, how can your delegation convince the Germans that that's
I think during my last visit, because the governor directed that you should come and prepare the ground, which I did, I made a very wonderful presentation. And they were convinced that, oh, these people are genuine. We will never say what we don't mean. We always say what we mean. Otumba Christopher Alawakala is a good leader. Otumba Christopher Alawakala is a project. Otumba Christopher Alawakala is a miracle to the people of Oyo State. And he is an irredentist of Oyoma. All is looking, what is looking for? Good deal for the people of Oyo State. Like I said, we are not going to be there for life, but whatever we do today becomes history tomorrow. It is in our hands to make things happen and to make the people of Oyo State much, much happier. Because, like I said, the past has been so chaotic and blemished. And we never had it so good like this in the history of Oyo State. It's not because I'm part of his cabinet. I am saying what is real, because people judge by what they see physically in their lives. So it's a thing you can come down and verify yourself. The Hamburg consult can come to Oyo State and verify what we have told them already. So we don't hide anything. We are very serious-minded government, and we believe that power rests on our people. We are under a duty, we are duty-bound to act into popular demands, because the failure and success of any leadership will always be on the pages of history. And there's no way we can exonerate ourselves from verdict of history if things are not right, or if things are not being handled appropriately and accordingly.
Yeah, a follow-up to that question with regards to memorandum of understanding and keeping to it is the let's say the tag that is given to Nigerian government. I'm coming. Just hold on. And this tag has a whole lot to do with the fact that we don't have a kind of follow-up culture. Follow-up culture, I mean, is wonderful job that the governor is doing in Oyo State. I would have thought myself, I was actually wondering that every other governor in Nigeria is preparing for election.
Yes.
And at this time, this governor is still very interested in things that he's going to put down.
This is a critical time.
Wonderful. So now I'm saying that it is a good thing that something like this is happening to Oyo State, for which we give all our thumbs up.
Yes.
But the thing is, how is it that your government is going to ensure that there will be continuity even when you go?
Well, that was a very good question, because continuity is very important. Because a government will come with a policy, and when they leave, they go with their policy. Okay. There's no continuity. But I can assure you, we're not stupid. Like I said, the world is changing, and our people are changing as well. And I see belief. If we don't have a continuity, our children will ask questions. Mom and dad, what did you do when Oyo State came under social, political, economic siege? We are going to ask all those questions. But what we am trying to say generally is this. We will continue to do our own best and leave the rest for posterity to judge. There's one thing for you to lay a foundation. There's another thing for people coming behind to come and make that legacy and make it a kind of impediment legacy. But we don't pray for that. But we will not say because we don't know. You cannot, like I said earlier on that, you cannot change yesterday. You cannot fight the future because you don't know what the future holds. And the future will always remain indefinite. But what we have now is the present situation. We must handle cleverly and work harder for the future. Sustainability is very important. Continuity is very important. But what we are saying generally, people have seen what we can do. People are still expecting us to do more because we are not yet where we're supposed to be. We are still in search of balance. So that balance now we are searching for is what brought us to this journey. And by the time we now lay a solid foundation, people will revolt against any defaulters. Because the orientation, the thinking of our people is changing as well. They want better government. So if we do our own best and we leave a legacy behind, that legacy we are going to leave behind is going to haunt any incoming government. Because people will not allow them to come and mess it up. They will make reference to it. Okay, this is what Akala has done. Don't mess it up. And if they fail to obey the people, they will revolt. There's going to be a kind of minor revolution if they wanted to destroy the legacy. And that is my opinion.
Okay. In the course of our discussion, something came up which interests me a lot, and that is about good governance. You mentioned about the qualities of a leader.
Four factors
of a leader in good governance. Now, good governance can be sustainable, in my view, when there is participation. Participation in the sense of people getting involved in decision making. What is the policy of this government in this very sensitive area of participation so that laws for the people of Ibadan are not made in another place without the people of Ibadan being directly involved?
I will tell you, I will answer that question. The present move of government under Otumba Christopher Lakala is very open, very transparent, and allows comments from members of the public. I'll give you an example. In our cabinet, the governor employed, at least appointed 2 commissioners from AMPP, 1 commissioner from AC, another commissioner from other political parties. It is a participatory democracy in Oyo State. We don't believe in a kind of democratic centralism. You understand? We don't believe in erecting a Berlin Wall surrounding ourselves because we can't do it alone. We believe that the situation of Oyo State is turn by turn Oyo State PSC. You bring your own idea, I bring my own idea, we put our thoughts together for effective utilization for the betterment of our people. The government is open, very transparent and prudent. So the issue of people not who are not welcoming ideas does not arise. This governor is a listening governor, and he has his own mind. You cannot influence his mind unnecessarily. He means what he says. He will never say what he does not mean. And that's the kind of Otumba Christopher Lakala we have in the country.
Ìgbà wa á dára kalẹ̀. Chairman of Fakirs Transport in Oyo State on the Gazi delegation from Oyo State.
I'm very happy I'm going to be able to welcome you here to the Hamburg. Thank you very much. Please come in. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, okay, that is the CEO of our CEO.
Please go ahead. English.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Give me.
Okay. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Hamburg Consult. It's a small but exclusive engineering firm dealing with public transportation, founded more than 4 years ago by the operator in Hamburg, Hamburger Hochbahn, which is operating metro and bus network in Hamburg, second largest network of public transportation in Germany. Shortly to introduce my colleague, Mr. Dr. Müth, who is an expert in public transportation with the company for almost six years already. And myself, I'm the managing director of Hamburg Consult with the company for about 15 years, almost 10 years as the managing director. So if you like, we may shortly introduce the company and show you some presentation.
No, let me introduce my people to
Okay,
you.
all right.
I'll start, Director.
Yes.
Yes.
You are privileged to meet with the Executive Governor of Oyo State in Nigeria, His Excellency Otumba Christopher Adebayo Alawakala. And to his right hand is the Commissioner of Environment and Water Resources in Oyo State, Alhaji Mukael Aborodi Madekodumi. Management Agency, Overseer Dr. Ebenezer Olusolo Kebukola. Next to him is the personal assistant to His Excellency and at the same time expert in information communication technology, Mrs. Ahima Kutonyi. To my right side is the personal physician to His Excellency, Dr. Olayinka Adishola. And my humble self, I am the Director of Environmental Sanitation and Sewage, Tairu Tonita Jukin.
Okay, bus transportation.
In 2001, Hamburg Transit Authority launched the Metro Bus Network, which was developed by Hamburg Consult. This is the first bus rapid transit system adopted to the needs of a major European city. Highly functional, passenger-friendly, and state-of-the-art. Metro Bus, a success story. Hamburg, the second largest city of Germany, well known for its harbour, and together with Toulouse, the home base of Airbus. 3.3 million people live within the metropolitan region. Public transport in Hamburg has been innovative all over the years. Since 1965, the first integrated transit authority worldwide ensures seamless public transport with a single fare and coordinated timetables. Today, 38 transport companies handle nearly 800 million passengers per year. 27 rapid rail transit lines are the backbone of public transport in Hamburg. They serve more than 50% of all passengers. The public transit network is completed by bus services at Metrobus Hamburg, has 22 lines, covering 40% of the bus transport demand. The successful implementation took place in 2001 and based on the development process created by Hamburg Consult. The development time took 1 year and has been carried out by Hamburg Consult together with the Integrated Public Transport Authority and the transport companies of the Hamburg metropolitan area. Hamburg Consult's BRT system Metrobus is a milestone for the development of Hamburg's bus network. The service level on congested corridors increased significantly. Over the entire day, metro and local buses, 60 bus metro interchanges connect the BRT network with the rail transit network. Now, using buses gets as easy as using the metro. Metrobus connects the city and its people. Metrobus offers direct connections between residential areas and points of interest, even aside of the city centre. The bus rapid transit system allows a flexible adaptation. Use the Metrobus to get from residential areas to shopping centres, education facilities and workplaces.